Hi, Danny. Morning.
Hi, Belle. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Fine. Thank
How
you.
was your morning until now?
Bien. No acabo de salir de la ducha.
Oh, what delicious. Pero creo que estabas en clases de yoga, ¿no? Porque creo que pasas temprano yoga.
Sí, pero ya no fui hoy. Lo que pasa es que tengo
Oh,
que viajar, entonces estoy como loca. Ya no me dio el tiempo.
where are you going to travel?
A Tarija. Cumple mi abuelo.
Oh, ay, qué bonito. Qué lindo.
Sí, tierno. 95 años.
No te creo. ¿Y es tu abuelo o
Ujú.
tu bisabuelo?
No, mi abuelo, papá de mi papá.
Oye, sí, claro, sería tu abuelo. Ay, qué ternura.
Sí,
Imagina que van a
es muy
tener un
tierno.
junto o algo así.
¿Qué?
Me imagino que van a tener un junte.
Ujú, mañana.
Ah, qué bonito, qué bonito.
Así que estoy yendo por el
¿Vas a
fin de...
viajar hoy día?
Sí, hoy día.
Oh, all right, all right. I hope everything goes well.
Gracias.
All right. So we're going to start with the class of today, right? Um, First of all, yes, we're gonna do the. I'm not sure if we're gonna start with. Yes, okay, I get it. So we're gonna see the TOEFL speaking practice, right? We're going to start from that part, right?
Ujú.
So I'm going to share my screen. You know how does it work? I guess we did it before, right? Do you
Yes,
remember?
ajá.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. Give me a second, it is loading. No sé por qué tarda demasiado en cargar esto. Creo que son muchas prácticas y tarda demasiado. All right, yes, I get it. So I'm going to share my screen. Yes.
¿Te parece si pasamos hasta las 10? ¿Hora y media?
All right, sí, está bien, no hay problema.
¿No hay problema?
Sí, sí, no hay problema. ¿Te parece? No sé si mañana por la mañana vas a poder darme un rato.
Imposible.
Y hoy día en la tarde, tal vez la otra hora, porque es que vamos a terminar incompleta la hora. No sé si me van a llamar la atención por eso. No sé si podrías ahorita a las... Ay, no sé. A
No, ya,
las...
está bien. Hagamos hasta las 10:30.
Sí, 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 es que en
Ujú.
verdad estás muy apurada. Pasamos hasta las 10, no hay problema, y la dejamos la media hora restante. Me avisas si es que
Mm,
vas a poder. Si no, hasta las 10 no hay problema.
Y, a ver, o la otra sería que mañana, ¿a qué hora? Si puedes en la mañana temprano, perfecto.
¿A qué
Tipo
hora
a
es?
esta hora, digamos, 9.
Sí, está bien, perfecto.
¿O quieres hacer 1 hora hoy, 1 hora mañana?
Sí, yo creo que sería lo mejor. O no sé, depende
Así
de
no,
ti. ¿Te parece?
así no
Así no hay...
hacemos, ajá, así no hacemos media hora mañana nomás.
Exacto. Sí, me parece ideal, Dan.
¿Sí?
Si puedes, sí, sí, si puedes a las 8 o a las 9 me avisas, no hay problema.
A cualquiera de esas 2 horas, la que sea más cómoda para ti.
Súper. Yo creo que estoy bien a las 9, Dani, porfa.
Ya, súper.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Can you see
Ujú.
it?
Yes, ajá.
All right, you know how does it work, right? I had a link that controls you time, but I don't know, I couldn't find it. So here you have the practice number 1, well, set number 1. You will now be asked to give your option about a familiar topic. Give yourself 15 seconds to prepare your response. Then, well, we're gonna avoid this part. Creo que esto ya lo hicimos. ¿Te
Este ya
acuerdas
lo
de esta?
hicimos. Ajá.
All right. So we're gonna continue with this one. All right. So the university is making a change in these courses it will offer. Read the article from the university newspaper about the change, right? So we didn't do this part, right? About the change of a university, do you remember?
No, este no lo hicimos.
All right, thank you. We're gonna do it. So, all right. This is an article, right? A short article. I'm gonna give you 45 seconds to read it, right? No, just 30, only 30 because it's too short, right? So give me a second. All right. So you're gonna read from this part till this part, right? All right. So you are going to have 30 seconds to read, right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Do you get it?
Ajá.
All right. Thank you. Now we're gonna continue with this part. This is a conversation, right? So I'm going to start reading, right? I'm gonna be the male student and you're gonna be the female student, right? All right. So give me a second. Yes. No, I can't see it. All right. Yes. So everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just upset about the article I showed you this morning.
Why? What's the big deal?
Well, as an art major, I think it's a big loss for the department. The universities got it all wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, the low enrollment isn't because art majors don't want to take the classes. Problem is who has time to take them when there are so many other requirements.
Requirements? Can you repeat it, please? Requirements?
Requirements?
Yes, thank you. I don't understand.
See, the classes they are eliminating are all optional. The required courses are mostly painting and drawing, and they take up all our time. What we really need are different requirements. Then art majors could take a better variety of classes. All the things we are interested in.
That makes sense, but the thing about the professor.
Well, that's true, but still they are being drastic. If man is the problem, they could hire a part-time professor, or most of the professors in the department have secondary fields.
All right, thank you. Really?
Yeah, at least a few painting teachers are also great sculptors. I'm sure one of them could teach a class.
All right, thank you. So, well, this part was supposed to be in this one, but well. So now you're gonna have 30 seconds to prepare your answer, right? And your question is, the woman expresses her opinion of the university's plan. State her opinion and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion. right? So the first thing, as I told you before, is to understand the question, right? In this case, in the contrary, we have this one. Some people enjoy taking risks and trying new things. Which behavior do you think is better? But in this other one, is asking for to answer about her opinion, right? Not yours. Take care in that part. What was her opinion, right? And state her opinion, right? And explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion, right? Do you get it?
¿Ven? Para se cortó.
Oh. ¿Me escuchas, Dani?
Sí, ahora sí.
All right. So as I was telling you, you have to answer to this question, right? Well, this instruction, you have to answer. You have to give her opinion, right? Not yours. Take care in this part, right? Tienes que responder lo que desde su posición, es decir, lo que ella dice acerca de estas clases. Y tienes que mantener su opinión. Y aparte de esto, son dos cosas las que tienes que hacer, right? The first thing is that state her opinion, and the other one explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion, right? Do you get it? All right, thank you then. So you're going to have 30 seconds to prepare your answer and 60 seconds to respond, right? So your preparation time, are you ready?
Sí.
All right, thank you. So your preparation time goes on. All right, it's time. So from now, you're going to have 60 seconds to give me your answer to this question. The woman expresses her opinion of the university's plan. State her opinion and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion. So from now, Danny, you're going to...
Son two reasons? She gives... yeah, no está bien.
All right. So from now, you're going to have 60 seconds to give me your answer. Your time goes on.
Yeah, okay. The university put an announcement, or they are going to take a plan that there wouldn't a sculpture class because of the lack of students. So the girl doesn't agree with that statement because she thinks that it would be a loss of this department, and she thinks that that class has a lack of students because they have another requirements, and this class is an optional class, so the students can take this class because of the other requirements.
All right, thank you, Danny. It's time. So it was good. Your speech was good. But you know what? You need to be more directly, right? Yes. You have to avoid the redundancy. That's the reason why they give you 30 seconds. I know that couldn't be enough, but the text, it's not academic one, right? The
Mhm.
text is very, very easy because I'm gonna show you almost at the end of the course because we're gonna go by part, right? And this is the one of the easiest, right? Because we have academic ones, and that's the terrible part in the TOEFL, that they show us some academic reading, and a part of that we have some academic speaking, right? So we have to take care in that part. And do you know how many reasons does the girl explain us?
The first one was because the students have another requirements classes that they have to take, and this class, sculpture class, is an optional class, so they are going to take first the requirements.
Yes, that was all, right? So the first thing is that she disagrees with this option, right? So we have to state that opinion. Then she provided us, I guess it was 2 reasons. The low enrollment isn't because of majors, and this part, the required courses are mostly the lack of requirements. Right now, there are a lot of requirements, and that's the reason why students couldn't join, right?
Sí.
All right. So do you have any question about this part?
Nobel.
All right, thank you. I'm going to share with you at the end of the class, right? So you can practice it better and you're gonna have more information, right? But we're gonna continue meanwhile. Oh my goodness, what's happening? What? Right, this. Oh my goodness. Dame un segundito, no sé qué pasó. Ahora sí ya. Es que sí empezó esta página que me encanta. Right. So, do you remember until what part we stop on person, Danny?
Ahorita te digo.
Yes.
En lo de make, have, get, left, and help.
All right. Yes, I got it. So,
no, mentira. No, nos hemos quedado en so y neither.
Oh, yes. I remember. Now I remember. And I was like, we didn't saw the whole lesson. So, all right. Give me a second. I guess it was module C. All right. Ya estoy encontrando el curso de avance. Extraño. Tu curso, Dani, es el Daniela, TOEGA Daniela PI4 o PI4A.
Dame un minutito ahorita, te digo.
No, tiene que ser PI4.
Ay, no sé qué putas con mi internet.
Ah, ya lo encontré. Estamos
¿Sí?
en el módulo. Sí, ya.
Porque esto está... En mi celular todo bien, pero en mi computadora no sé qué pasa.
Qué terrible. Sí, es que pasa de que
No.
como tengo 3 cursos abiertos, o sea, que son de ti, tengo TOEGA Daniela PI4, PI4A, castellanos, Daniela, entonces no sé cuál es.
Miles.
Sí, terrible. Ya, ahora sí. So, all right. We're gonna continue with this lesson. It's about future time classes, right? So I'm going to share with you my screen. Give me a second. Can you see my screen?
Está cargando.
All right, thank you.
Ya, ahora sí.
All right, so this is about future time classes, right? So this is very, very easy, right? But you know, the difficult part in this one is the connectors, right? We have to know when do we have to use each connector, right? So let's listen this audio.
Hi, it's Emily. You've made a lot of progress in this course so far, haven't you? And I'm sure you're going to learn a lot more before it's over. I hope you won't stop studying English after you finish this class. Before it's over and after you finish are future time clauses. Let's learn more about them.
All right, so we have a before it's over, after you finish. Let's see what is this lesson about.
We often use a future time clause with a main clause to show the relationship between two future events. They show which event will happen first and which will happen next. Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you as soon as they get here. In the example, Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you is the main clause. As soon as they get here is the future time clause. Talia means that first Dean and Jackie will get to the restaurant. Immediately after that, they'll talk about Nick.
All right, so what is the future time clause? Well, in this sentence, right, it's very easy. The structure is very easy, right? Even though it's a little hilarious, right? Es un poco irónica la estructura de este tiempo verbal, porque tenemos dos, hay que entender que es un main clause, right? O que es un clause. Un clause está conformado por un verbo y por un sujeto y un verbo, right? Es decir, podemos tener you, he, I, right? Esto sería mi sujeto. Aparte de esto, me dice que para que pueda conformar un main clause, un clause, tengo que tener un verbo, right? Por ejemplo, you travel. Y con esto ya tengo hecho mi clause, right? Tenemos lo que son clauses, independent clauses, dependent clauses, right? Pero los vamos a ver más adelante. Entonces acá tenemos dos clauses, right? Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you, porque está completa, right? Tengo mi sujeto, independientemente de cuánto sea, cuántos verbos tenga, lo importante es que tengo un sujeto y un verbo, right? I have the first one, and this is Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you. This is a complete one. As soon as they get there, and I have another clause, as you can see, they get there, right? This is more simple because I have my subject and my verb, but whatever ways it's the same, right? I have two clauses in one statement, right? This is one complete statement. All right, this first clause, Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you. It shows us the relationship between two future events, right? As you can see, these two clauses, right, are expressing something that is going to happen in the future, right? In the example, Dean and Jackie are going to talk about you. This is called main clause, right? Each clause has a name. This is the main clause, right? In the other hand, I have as soon as they get there. In this other clause, I have my future time clause, right? This is called future time clause, right? Entonces, en esta oración ya tengo, en esta oración tengo dos clauses, right? La primera, te vas a dar cuenta que tiene la estructura del are going to, right? El going to me habla de que va a ser en futuro una acción planeada, ¿no? Esa es la característica, es una acción, algún evento que yo estoy planificando con cierta anticipación, que estoy casi 100% segura que se va a cumplir, right? Entonces, es el futuro. Este segundo clause se llama a future time clause. Vamos a encontrar en esta oración el as soon as. Este as soon as nos habla de algo que va a suceder, o sea, es un conector, primero que nada, porque va a conectar el primer clause del segundo clause, right? Y nos habla qué tan pronto va a suceder la segunda acción, right? En este caso, they get here. Yo sé que es irónico, te decía al principio, porque por más de que esta se llame Future Time Clause, la conjugación verbal de esta oración está en presente, right? No estoy conjugando en otro tiempo verbal. Por más de que esté en futuro, estoy utilizando el simple present, right? Entonces, Jean and Jackie are going to talk about you as soon as they get here. So I have two future events, right? In this case, Talia means that my first action that is going to happen is that Jean and Jackie are going to talk about you, for example, right? My second action is immediately, as soon as means immediately, right? They get here, right? So first they're going to arrive to that place that they're going to talk about you. And then immediately they're going to get, as soon as they get here. Well, they're, right? Entonces, primero tendrían que llegar al lugar. Tan pronto como lleguen al lugar, van a hablar acerca de, right? Entonces, estas dos acciones hay una que pasa después de la otra, right? Primero sucede, en este caso, they're going to talk about you as soon as they get to the restaurant they're talking about, right? So, do you get it?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Let's continue with the next point.
The verb in the main clause is in the future with will or be going to. The verb in the time clause is in the present.
I'll cough when I see them.
I'll cough is the main clause. When I see them is the future time clause. Remember, we don't use will or be going to in a future time clause.
All right. So in this other sentence, right, we have something that I explained you at the beginning. Well, in this case, we have this part, right? En realidad esto ya te expliqué, pero vamos a ver un poquito más detallado. We have in the example, I'll cough when I see them, right? One more time. La primera parte, es decir, la que es llamada main clause, puede utilizarse los dos tiempos verbales que tenemos en futuro, el going to o el will, y eso ya va a depender del uso de cada uno, right? Entonces, siempre tiene que estar el main clause con una de esas dos opciones, o con el going to o con el will, right? En esta otra parte, tengo when I see them, right? Por ejemplo, el when vendría siendo mi conector. Habíamos dicho que esto se llama future time clause, right? Y sigue la estructura del simple present, porque tengo el sujeto y tengo el verbo en simple present, right? Por más de que esté yo hablando en futuro, por más de que se llame future time clause, no significa que necesariamente tenga que utilizar la estructura del future time clause, es decir, alguna estructura del be going to o del will, right? Entonces, este conector trabaja de manera muy diferente, como por ejemplo lo hace el as soon as. Lo vamos a ver más adelante, es un poquito más de gramática. Y bueno, nos tomaría un poquito más de tiempo explicar, porque son varios conectores que tenemos. Y claro, no va a ser lo mismo el as soon as del when, y así tenemos otros, right? O del after o del before, que también trabajan como conectores, right? But let's focus in this example. I call is the main clause, right? When I see them is the future time clause. And something that it's important, we don't use in the future time clause, we don't use the future, right? We use the structure of the simple present, right? So can you identify which action is gonna happen first, Danny?
Yes, cough.
It's like, for example, if you're gonna see to your, I don't know, to your best friend, right? Well, how can I explain you? Es como, en este contexto podría ser como, voy a toser, voy a estornudar o algo así, right? I'll cough when I see them, right? Como que, es que no entiendo la verdad el contexto, pero ese es el significado. Debe ser algo relacionado con el video.
Ah, ya. Entonces primero los va a ver y de ahí va a estornudar allí.
Entonces,
A
sí,
toser.
podría. Sí, voy a toser cuando los vea, digamos. Ese podría ser la traducción, right? Entonces, la primera acción, ¿cuál crees que es?
Verlos.
Exacto. When I see them, I'll cough, right? Esa es mi primera acción. Entonces, una vez más, en cuanto a la gramática, el main clause, una de dos, o está will o está con be going to, right? Y en esta segunda parte, vamos a tener que utilizar un conector sí o sí, right? Y ya va a depender de qué tan próximo va a ser el siguiente evento. Y lleva la estructura del presente simple, when I see them, right?
Súper.
All right, thank you. So this is a mistake, for example, when I will see them. We don't have to use the structure of the future in the future time clause. So let's continue with number 3.
We often use when, after, and as soon as in a future time clause to introduce the event that will happen first. Nick and Talia will go into Valentino's as soon as they put on their wigs. In the example, Nick and Talia will first put on their wigs. Then they'll go into Valentino's.
All right, this is what I told you. We have different connectors, right? For example, when, after, as soon as, right? In the future time clause to introduce an event that will happen first, right? So when the connector, right, it is always go at the beginning, where it can go at the end or at the beginning, sorry, but we're gonna change the whole structure, right? But to introduce the first action, right, we're gonna use one of these connectors, right? For example, as soon as they put on their wigs. So when I say this, my first action is that they're gonna wear wigs, right? I don't know why. It's related to the video, right? So,
wigs.
pelucas.
Ah, ya.
Right, wigs. Entonces, como primera acción, tengo que ellos se van a poner las pelucas, right? Y como segunda acción, tengo el main clause. Nick and Talia will go into Valentine, right? Entonces, ya puedes ver cuál vas a utilizar para tu future time clause, as soon as, after, when, right? Si bien tienen cierta, o sea, son iguales en el sentido de que todos hacen referencia tal vez al futuro, right? Casi todos. Pero me quiere decir que, por ejemplo, las zonas va a pasear inmediatamente. En cambio, cuando digo when, es que se va a tomar su tiempo todavía, right? Pero eso lo vamos a explicar en un futuro. Cada uno tiene su propia característica. So, let's continue. Until this part, is everything clear?
Sí, ver.
All right, let's continue with number 4.
We often use before, until, and by the time in a future time clause to introduce the event that will happen second.
Talia and Nick will get the proof they need before they finish dinner.
So, all right, we're gonna continue because person is so slowly. So we're gonna use these other connectors. The first one is before, the second one until, and I have the third one, it's by the time.
In the example, Nick and Talia will get the proof. Then they'll finish dinner.
All right. So in this case, we're gonna use to introduce the second action, right? Not the first one. For example, when I'm gonna use when, after, as soon as, it means the first action, I'm gonna introduce the first action, right? But when I'm gonna use before, until, or by the time, I'm gonna introduce my second action. For example, Talia and Nick will get the proof they need before they finish dinner. So first, what do you think that is gonna be the first action?
Cenar. Ah, no, mentira. We'll get the, they will get the proof.
Yes,
Primero
yes.
y después
And then?
de cenar, dinner.
Yes, they're gonna have dinner, right? Well, they're gonna finish dinner. So Talia and Nick will get the proof they need before they finish dinner. In the example, Nick and Talia will get the proof. They will finish dinner. Finish dinner, I mean, right? So remember to introduce my second action, I'm gonna use before, until, or by the time. So until this part, we are we have to separate those two parts, right? Those two uses. In one hand, I'm gonna use when, after, as soon as, and in the other hand, I'm gonna use before, until, by the time. It is a pair, right? So that's all. Do you have any question, Dani?
No. Todo
All right.
clarísimo.
Thank you. And notice that I'm following the structure, right? Or in the main clause, I'm using will, or I could use be going to. In my future time clause, I'm using only the simple present tense. So we're gonna continue with number 5.
We use while in a future time clause to introduce an event that will happen at the same time as another event. While Dean and Jackie talk, Nick and Talia will listen to their conversation. In the example, Dean and Jackie will talk. At the same time, Nick and Talia will listen.
All right. So this is we have a specific case, and this is the case of the use of the connector while. We're gonna use while in a future time clause to introduce an event that will happen at the same time as another event, right? For example, while Dean and Jackie talk, Nick and Talia will listen to their conversation, right? So what action is happen first? The two actions, right? Because those actions happens at the first time. I'm sorry, at the same time, right? And I'm using while at the beginning, right? Or I could say Dean and Jackie talk while Nick and Talia will listen to their conversation. It could go at the middle, right? Or at the beginning. So there is no problem in that part. So Dean and Jackie talk, and Talia will listen to their conversation. Both actions happen at the same time, right? That's only with the use of while. You can put it at the beginning or at the middle, but I would prefer at the beginning because it's more comprehensible. And by another hand, if you're gonna write, you have to use a comma, right, to separate the first action. While Dean and Jackie talk, right? So this is the first action, right? This is the future main clause. The future time clause, I mean, what I'm talking, right? In the second hand, I have the main clause, right? To separate those actions, those two, well, the two clauses, I need to use the comma only in writing, right? All right, and let's listen to the last point.
The future time clause can come at the beginning or end of the sentence. The meaning does not change. When the future time clause comes at the beginning of the sentence, we use a comma after it.
While you plant the mic, I'll look out for Dean and Jackie. I'll look out for Dean and Jackie while you plant the mic.
All right. So we're gonna use the future time clause in this case. We're looking by the structure, right? You can put it at the beginning.
Both sentences have the same meaning.
All right, you can put it at the beginning or at the end, right? There is no problem with it. For example, while you plant that mic, comma, I'll look out for Dean and Jackie. I'll look out for Dean and Jackie while you plant the mic. So both statements have the same meaning, right? The only difference is that I'm putting the future time clause at the beginning, and when I'm doing that, when I'm gonna do that as I explained you, I'm gonna use a comma, right? And I have the main clause that goes at the end. As while, right, and I have another connector. It goes at the middle, right? While you plant the mic, it's not necessary the use of comma because a comma is not a connector, but it pairs two sentences, right? But in this case, it's not necessary because I have the connector, right? So it could be, or it could sound redundancy when I'm gonna write. So only when I'm gonna start with my future time clause, I'm gonna use a comma. But if I'm gonna put it at the end, or I'm gonna place it at the end, it's not necessary to use a comma, right? Do you get it?
Super.
All right. So do you have any question maybe?
No, nada, Bel.
All right, thank you. Let's continue. All right, we're gonna practice this activity. How is the weather in Santa Cruz?
Hoy mejoró, ayer estaba helado. Helado.
No. What a
Y hoy ya
terrible.
está todavía medio fresquito, pero mejor, por lo menos ya salió el sol.
What a beautiful weather. Me gusta cuando está fresquito en Santa Cruz. Es mucho, mucho mejor. All right.
¿Y en Cocha?
Te cuento que en la mañana está haciendo frío, pero el resto del día hace una calor insoportable.
Terrible.
No, yo prefiero no salir, la verdad, porque es mucho calor. Me gusta más.
Obvio. Además laxa el calor.
Sí, no, terrible, terrible. Right. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So, we have future time class 1. Can you please read the instruction?
Read each dialogue. Click on true if the statement about the dialogue is true. Click on false if the sentence is false. No sé por qué he dicho statement.
The sentence. But it's the same. Statement and sentence is the same, so there is no problem. So, number 1, please.
I'm going to be home late. No problem. I'll start dinner when you get home. Ben will start dinner, then Anna will get home. True. No, mentira, false.
All right.
Wait, I'll start. Yeah. This is delicious. You are going to be great chef by the time you graduate. Thanks, but I still have a lot to learn. Anna thinks great chef before his graduation. False.
All right.
No sé.
This is delicious. You're going to be a great chef by the time you
¿Qué
graduate.
significa cuándo?
By the time, yes, could be. It's similar to when.
Ya, entonces está.
Yes. Para cuando te gradúes, digamos. But I have before. So do you think is it related?
Entonces es distinto. Before que by the time.
Yes, could be.
Ay, no sé. Bueno, ya, no importa.
All right, let's see at the end. Number
What time
3.
is your interview at Valentino's tomorrow? 1 o'clock. I'm going to leave school as soon as my class ends. Bean isn't going to stay for the whole class. False. Will they hire you before you finish school? I hope so. Ben wants to work and go to school at the same time. True. You don't really need the job. I'm going to work until you graduate. I know, but I want some experience. Anna will quit her job, then Ben will graduate. False. No, a ver. You don't really need the job. I'm going to work until. No, está bien. Let's invite Paula and Lee to dinner next week. Okay, I'll call them after we wash the dishes. Ben wants to call them first and then wash the dishes. False. By the time we finish the dishes, they'll be asleep. You're right, I forgot we were eating so late. First, their friends will go to sleep. After that, Annabelle will finish the dishes. We'll go true. I'll clean up while you call. Okay, thanks. And it's going to clean up at the same time. Ben will call their friends. True.
All right. Is there anything that you want to modify?
No.
All right. Let's see how it's going. And my goodness, yes, you had only one mistake. And yes, by the time it was true, right? The future time clause by the time introduce the event that will happen second, right? We have at the time. So when we're gonna see this, it means that the second action is gonna happen, the second event, to introduce the second event, right? So this will be true. Do you get it?
Yes.
All right, do you have another question maybe?
No.
All right, thank you. Let's continue with next activity. All right, so okay. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen again. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So we have to read each pair of sentences. We have to rewrite them as one sentence with the future time clause. Type the sentence into the blank. Be sure to use comma and capital letters if necessary. Right? So do you get it? All right, so number 1, please. First.
Ay, espera, se está cortando un poco. Bel.
Can you listen to me?
Ya, ahora sí.
All right. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with the internet. So,
Sí. A ver, tengo que volver a escribir la oración.
yes, please. Read each
Yeah.
pair of sentences, right? First, we'll interview more people, then we'll hire a dessert chef. You have to see which action is gonna happen first, right? So,
Yeah, and
what do you
before they will interview more people, and then they'll hire a dessert chef. Dessert.
more people? What else? Sorry.
Y then they will hire a dessert chef.
They'll hire a dessert chef. All right. Number 2.
Customers will want to try the new desserts. They will see them. They will see, no. Tal cual, como está, creo. Customers will want to, as soon as they will see them.
They will see.
They see.
Oh, all right. As soon, well, they
see them. The carp
Number-
is going to be in this neighborhood. He'll shoot his next movie here. The Carpio. A ver. Es al mismo tiempo, pero no sé si. The
Good people.
Carpio. Yeah, o sea, no importa, ya está bien. The Carpio is going to be in this neighborhood while he shoot his next movie.
While he, but in this case, we have to make some changes, right? He
Shoot his next
shoots.
movie. Shoots, ¿verdad? Con ese.
Yes, he shoots. He shoots. His next movie. Number 4, please.
People will find out. The restaurant will get a lot of business. When the restaurant get a lot of business, people will find out. No entiendo esa oración.
We'll find out. People will find out. The restaurant will
Ajá, lo
get
ven.
a little business. What is the part that you couldn't understand?
The restaurant will get a lot of business.
Well, could be maybe they're gonna open more restaurants.
Yeah. Entonces, when the restaurant get a
When
lot
the
of business, get a lot of business, people will find out.
People, yes, will. No, but in this case, it's wrong when if I put will.
Ajá, sí.
People will find out. When the restaurant get a lot of business, people will find out. Number 5, please.
The coffee will be cold, then the waiter will bring the milk. By the time No tengo idea, eso sí que no sé. No entiendo mucho el by the time.
¿Para cuándo?
Ah, yeah. By the time the waiter bring the meal, the coffee will be cold.
Yes. Comma, the coffee.
Will be
But
cold.
we have to raise this part. We have to raise it. This one because we can put real or become so. Right.
Y
oh,
mayúscula creo que hay que sacar igual, ¿no?
thank you. Yes, now it's okay. And the last
The
one.
way the waiter is going to bring us more coffee, then I'll ask for the check. After the waiter bring us more coffee, I'll ask for the check.
After the waiter
Bring us more coffee.
after the waiter brings
More coffee. I'll ask for the check.
us for the check. All right, thank you. Is there anything that maybe you want to modify, Danny?
No.
Where it's going? And no, we barely know one and the three last ones, right? I'm gonna show you how was it. All right. So first we'll interview people, then we'll have a dessert chef, right? Before we hire the dessert chef. So my first action is gonna be this one, right? We have to hire a dessert chef, right? Immediately we'll interview more people, right? And yes, this one. People will find out the restaurant will get a lot of when people find out the restaurant will get a lot of business, right? Maybe the context for this sentence could be that we have to make more we have to promotionate this business, this restaurant. As soon as it happens, a lot of people is gonna come in, right? That could be the context for that one, right? So the first action is that people have to find out the restaurant. Then the coffee will be cold. The waiter brings, but it was a correct one. The waiter brings the meal. The coffee will be cold. Esa estaba bien, tal vez me equivoqué en el writing. By the time the waiter brings the meal, the coffee will be cold. Esa estaba bien, tal vez me equivoqué al momento de escribir. A lo mejor puse un punto más o algo así, pero eso estaba bien, right? So the first action is that the coffee, the waiter brings the milk, the coffee will be cold, right? That could be. Do you have any question in number 5?
No.
All right, so what action is first?
¿Eso está mal?
No, what action is first?
El café.
Yes, the coffee will be cold. So I already have my coffee, right? But I'm waiting for the waiter, and I don't know, there is a lot of people in the restaurant until it happens. By the time the waiter brings the meal, my coffee will be cold, right? And the last one, the waiter is going to bring us more coffee, then I'll ask for the check, right? The waiter brings us more coffee, I'll ask for the check, but it was okay. It was the option, right? Estas dos opciones eran las que habíamos escrito. Me he equivocado en mi escritura, qué lástima. No, y tampoco puedo ver. All right. So, solo estaban mal dos, Dani. Las dos últimas las hicimos bien. Tal vez me equivoqué al momento de escribir, right?
Super.
So, all right, we're gonna stop until this part. Do you have any question, Dani?
No, Bel, todo clarísimo.
All right, thank you, Dani. So I'm gonna see you
A
tomorrow
ti.
at 9 a.m.
9, ¿no?
Yes, please, 9 a.m. So
Super.
I launch the pool. When it's done, let me know. Right? Thank you for your attention and have a great day.
You too, Bel. Ya está. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.